Says I am the only one on here. So we will see. And I know it's New Year's Eve, so a lot of people might be out doing things. But if you are on, please say hello. But Happy New Year, everyone. And if there's not many people on here, we'll shut it down early. So it's not a problem. Thought it might be kind of thin. Some people are out doing New Year's Eve stuff. So someone gave a thumbs up, but I don't see any comments or anything. And it says only four people are on here now. So maybe they're jumping in. We'll give it some time and see if we get some comments. Hey, there though. Leave below is in. Happy New Year. Same to you, sir. Cheers, everyone. We got a big old glass of Buffalo Trace. Hello, Dexter. That tastes good. Got a little updates what I'm going to be doing in 2026. Some stuff that I want to do. So we'll see how it goes. But we'll get into it as soon as more people jump on, if they do. It says there's 6 on here. So far I've only seen 2 comments, but and I've got some updates. MZ is in the house. Hello. Got some updates on what y'all might want to be saving. And if y'all have any like New Year's resolutions, I know that term is thrown around loosely. Y'all can throw them out here and we'll see what y'all have planned for 2026 if you have any resolutions. Some people say they're not worth even making because nobody ever stays with the resolutions. So, and I get that too. Totally understand that. But, some things that I want to get done is I want to really lock down on a diet. My ass is getting fatter. So I want to really lock down on that, get squared away, start eating better. Probably go like dominantly carnivore with some fruits and vegetables, but just eating clean, no processed junk. Busting out my iron skillets and searing up some steaks sometimes, and of course using the grills and the smokers more. I definitely want to do that. And of course I'm grateful for all of y'all, and if you're watching it after the chat, if y'all weren't able to tune in tonight, even the people that watch the replays and things like that, I really appreciate everyone. But, and then also I do want to thank 3 main companies that I work with and have been working with for a long time. Lock Grips, Impact Machine, and Armsman Holsters. So y'all can all use my discount code if you choose to. It's BJGG10, all capitalized. That'll save you 10% off, and on Armsman it's 10% off plus free shipping. But again, that's Lock Grips, Impact Machine, and Armsman Holsters. So if y'all want to use that, it's BJGG10. That's Big Johnson Guns and Gear 10 is what it stands for. And that is 10% off all of that. So, but definitely want to lock down on the diet for sure and get that squared away. Whew. I was gonna say I probably won't be able to fit in my clothes after Christmas, man. I've been eating like a pig. And then, a lot of people don't know I have actually another channel called Big J's Pit Stop. I want to start putting more videos up on it, such as some cooking videos, grilling, smoking, stuff like that, and then some tool videos and reviews. And I'll link to that from this channel. As I start putting up the videos. Hello, Keith Gregory. How are you? Happy New Year. But I'll link to that channel over there, but it's Big J's Pit Stop if y'all want to check that out. I already have some grilling videos and smoking videos and stuff over there, but just haven't really done a lot with that channel in a long time. So I think I only have like 100 and something subscribers, but definitely want to start putting a little more effort into that channel. And I was in the process of getting the garage all set up um, to do videos out there as well, because I can play with tools and knives and stuff like that, and flashlights, so y'all can check them out, and kind of how I'm going to set tools up and stuff out there. Um, but my wife had to have sinus surgery this week, so I've been helping her and stuff. Um, she's, pretty much out of pocket. So it was a major deal that she had to go through this week. So we did that Monday morning, and we're at the hospital most of the day. She's fine, but her face looks like it's black and blue. So, but she's pressing on. And I don't know if y'all watch college football, but Texas just beat Michigan. So I love college football, so I watched that game. I'll be watching some other games. We got games tomorrow, Texas Tech. Hopefully they kick old Miss's ass. We'll see how that goes, but there's some good college games on, so I'm a big college football fan. So we will see how that goes. And didn't do the chat on Christmas Eve. Had some stuff with family. I'm sure y'all did too. But wanted to see if y'all had a good Christmas. If y'all got what you wanted, if you got anything exciting, or if it's just socks and underwear. But let me know. Y'all can chime in if you got something good. Yep, your Buckeyes are playing right now. I'm filming that game, or recording that game, so I can watch it when the chat's done. I can start it. So don't tell me anything, Keith. Don't tell me anything. I've got it being DVR'd right now. So I was gonna check it out after the chat. But so I'm gonna be setting up the garage. I just have to wait till she gets better, to where she can maybe help me move some stuff. Not anything real heavy, but just kind of set it up the way I want to set it up. And she's also like a designer, so she's very smart when it comes to that stuff. I'm kind of just your average guy. So I've just kind of told her what I want. She's like, oh yeah, we can do that. What's up, Pranic? How are you, man? Happy New Year. But yeah, I just want to jump on. Like I said, if this doesn't, if y'all got stuff to do tonight, I completely understand. If y'all bail out or we cut this off early, it's not a problem. But I did want to throw this out to y'all. If y'all have any silver or gold, please hang on to it. Prices are going sky high. China is issued kind of a hold on silver, and that is our largest area in China where we get that from for smartphones. I mean, people don't realize how much silver, automotive, tons of silver in vehicles. So prices of silver are going to go sky high, even more so than they are now. So if you got silver and gold, hang on to it. Don't dump it off just yet. I've got silver coins, gold coins, stuff like that. So just definitely hang on to your stuff. What is Dexter? How are you doing, buddy? Average intellectual guy. I'm just a normal dude. Keith Gregory says, what do you think of the Glock Gen 6? What's up, Trigger Bar? How are you, man? And Happy New Year, everyone. The Gen 6, I mean, I think it's, I think it is way behind its time. I think they should have offered these things a long, long time ago. Such as everything they offer on that gun, I already have on my 19X. A lot of people have already modded them to kind of up to spec. However, if you're looking for a Glock that kind of has everything, I don't know about this optic plate setup yet. There's some people who are saying it's not great that have them. There's some people who are saying they're okay. So I don't know yet. I mean, time will tell. But if you're looking at one of them, yeah, I say buy it. I mean, there's no reason not to. Glock's not going anywhere. I haven't seen any people complaining of quality control problems, like they're not functioning properly yet. Again, time will tell. They're all new. But Glock's kind of has a really good track record, but anything can happen. Again, I don't know about this cut yet. These plastic plates, I'm not anti-plastic by any means, but um, I don't know. I mean, they're kind of like a shim system, so I guess we will see. Most annoying sound. YouTube popped on here and said, add a sticker. Ask people what is the most annoying sound. I don't know what the hell's going on there. But yeah, I do want to, again, get the garage set up, start doing some filming out there with some tools, toolbox videos, stuff like that, because I can show all that on YouTube where I can't show pew-pews. So, that will be coming shortly. I've already got the design of kind of how I want it set up. So once she gets better from the sinus surgery, we'll lock in and get it all set up. I'll have some stuff in the background, blah, 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 that y'all can look at. I'll have a car out there. We're not going to start it up and do all that stuff because it's very loud and I have neighbors and we do the chats late. But, if y'all just want to see it, it'll be in the background, I'm sure. But anyway, so that's kind of, I just want to, kind of get some different stuff going for 2026. Not that I don't love guns, trust me, I do. But there's just not any that I'm super excited about personally yet. Not saying there won't be after SHOT Show. We have SHOT Show coming up. So, there might be some cool releases where we're all like, hey, that's awesome. Or it might be like, just same old crap, different day. I really don't know yet. So we'll just have to hang out and see. But, I'm excited about getting all the tools set up. I got more tools for Christmas. I kind of bought some myself. But I just got to get everything set up. So I'm going to have tools inside, tools outside. I've got multiple boxes, so I'll kind of show y'all as we go. But anyway, kind of excited about messing around with that again. Not that I've ever been out of the tool game. It's not that I've ever been out of the tool game, but man, I've sold off so many tools, so many toolboxes when I quit turning wrenches way back in the day that now I just want to get into it, but I wanted to get into it a little more economically, but quality. So there's some tools that I've gotten that I really, really like. There's some where I'm like, these could be better. So I'll kind of go over those. I still have a lot of my Snap-on stuff, my Mac stuff, my Proto stuff, but none of the big boxes anymore. I sold all those off, and a lot of my specialty tools. So, I've kind of been buying stuff more for like a commercial type person. So, what's up, Armsman? How are you? Yeah, Happy New Year, brother. We were talking about you earlier. The tool addiction is getting out of control. Yes, I've been buying a lot of them. Hello, Josh. How are you? I want to move to Texas next year. Well, come on down, man. As long as you have our beliefs, you're welcome. We get some people with the leftist beliefs, and they try to, mess up our Texas. We don't want that. Let's see here. Dexter says the name of the game is keeping it light, but still having all the uses you need. Yep. Yeah, I have, like I said, I've gotten a bunch of tools. I've kind of gotten tools, well, technicians are known for this. You kind of get, especially like with wrenches, sometimes you get two of the ones you really like. So I've been known to do that, just like guns. Sometimes if I really enjoy a gun, I'll get two or even three of them of the same ones. But yeah, so I've got a lot of duplicates, but different brands. So I'm going to be comparing like this wrench to that wrench old school to new school, stuff like that. Not just for a video, but also for my own um, beliefs as an ex technician. Have they, furthered or made them better, or are they basically the same? That kind of stuff. So, Dexter says, well, that's because if stuff breaks when you need it. Yes, stuff always breaks when you need it. So, and that is another reason, Dexter, I have 2 and 3 of some of the same crap. I think a lot of people, um, or technicians that have done this in the past, turn wrenches for a living, they've kind of learned, there's not a tool truck just sitting right outside of your shop 24/7 that you can go and exchange it. And I'm going to do comparisons, again, between, do you have to have a tool truck tool? Is there a huge benefit to them now like there was before? So, we're going to be doing some tests and stuff like that. So we're going to be banging stuff around and really cranking on stuff. What's up, Gunmetal Guy? How are you? Happy New Year, buddy. Arms said I've been buying a lot of tools also. They go bang, bang, pow, pow, boom, boom. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll be dropping a lot of them and banging them around. Fun tools are the best, yes. Yeah. Man, I had, how many boxes have I had? I started out way, 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 way back in the day with a Mac box. It was a 56, I think it was a 56. I think that's what it was. 56 or a 52, I can't remember. But, inches matter. That's what she said. But anyway, I had a Mac, I think it was a Mac. It was either a Mac or a Matco. Box was my first toolbox. Then I got Snap-on boxes, and I still kept the Matco box. Then I sold the Matco box and I had 3 Snap-on boxes at one time. They were the Heritage, I believe. I think it was the Heritage. If I remember correctly. Oh my God, this was 1,000 years ago. Then I got rid of 2 of those Snap-on boxes and bought a 72. So I had a 172 and 152 or 56. Then I bought another one to put in my race car trailer that I had. When I sold the trailer, a lot of the tools, because I had it set up with those tools for the race car trailer or race car. So I sold the tools and the toolboxes with the trailer because I bolted them in. What is up, Uncle Dan? Happy New Year, brother. Long time no see. But so I've had a ton of, I don't want to talk about hammers. I have like 5 or 6 now. Yeah. Now, but Dexter, is it a ball peen? Is it a soft blow? Is it a, what's the other one? I can't remember all the damn names of them. Hammer. Yeah, I guess it was a dead blow. I guess a dead blow. And I have a bunch of hammers too, but I did get rid of some of the Snap-on hammers. I sold a ton of Snap-on. I sold a lot of my Mac stuff, a lot of the Snap-on stuff, a lot of my Proto stuff. I sold all my torque wrenches except one. I think I still have one 3/8 torque wrench, but it's a cheaper one. It's not, I sold all my Snap-on ones. Because back in the day, when I got out of it, I mean, you could get I think I almost got what I paid for everything. I mean, because tools increased and I bought them, you know, on sales and stuff like that through Snap-on and Mac and Cornwell and all that crap. So I think I broke even or made money on a bunch of it after years and years and years of use. Framing, ball peens, dead blows, soft face, yep. Apparently, new half inch from Astro goes to 350, I think is what they said. Yeah, Astro makes pretty good tools. Their shallow sockets are pretty nice, or they're I forget what they're called. Nano sockets, I think they're like really really thin. Those are actually really cool. Then you can get the Astro. Oh, okay. Astro uh, torque wrenches. I haven't used the Astro torque wrenches. I had a 1/4 inch, a 3/8, a 1/2 inch. I don't think I had a 1 inch. Did I have a 1 inch? No, I don't think I had a 1 inch. I never used a 1 inch. I mean, I used them, but I don't think maybe I had one. I don't remember. Like I said, it's been so long ago when I sold all those off. Oh, 350 foot-pounds and a 1/2 inch. I had one that went to, yeah, I guess it was a 1/2 inch. So I had one that went to 750. It was a long, it went to 750 foot-pounds. Yeah, I had some that had to go up to 5. Oh God, what was it? 5 something. I can't remember, but I think mine went to 750. But it's not super common. In aviation, you know, they had it's a torque wrench, but it's not a normal one. It's one that you have to lower with a pulley system, and you lower it down and you hold it on there and you set it and it cranks the turbine nuts down onto the turbine shaft. Those things got up to like 1,200, 1,600 foot-pounds on some of them. Yep, Chuggas, yeah. Yeah, you just keep pulling and you just do the manual click with your mouth. How many people have done that? Yeah, we're good and tight. But, and having a little, this was a little bit of Buffalo Trace, if anybody's curious. I think it was a four shotter. But again, I really want to crank down on the diet this year, and start, working on the channel. The Big J's Pit Stop, I want to get some stuff up on it, and I'll probably do some tool videos on here and then transpose them over and then just have everybody go over there maybe for tools and stuff too, and cooking. I want to start smoking some stuff this year. I've got a freezer full of meat. I need to start smoking it and grilling it and all that stuff. I busted out the iron skillets the other day. Fried up some goodies. That was good. But yeah, and of course I'm very grateful this year for all of y'all. Y'all make this happen for sure. Hello George, how are you buddy? Happy New Year. Uncle Dan said, I don't use a torque wrench anymore even on ARs. I just go by feel. I stopped just before I short myself. Yeah, the Guten-Tight method. Oh, Rich, you can't tell me that, man. I haven't watched the game. I'm recording it. I figured Ohio State would show up tonight, though, but you're not hurting, Rich. 14-0. Damn. I figured that was going to be a game. That Texas game was awesome too. And we got some good games tomorrow. I'm definitely a college football fan. Dexter says, saw a video today. Pam Bondi is going after knives now. Good Lord. Oh boy, boy. I hope she gets the boot. I'm not a fan. And have y'all seen all the e-files that are just supposed to be flying out, and we're supposed to have all that with all the names? I knew they would. I knew they'd be screwing us over with all that stuff. You can't beat speed. No. Oh, and also in my toolbox, the toolbox I have out there now that I'm going to be switching everything over, I've given that old toolbox to a friend of mine. His son wants to start a tool collection, and so I'm going to donate some tools to him in that toolbox, so he'll have it. It's a double roller. Oh, what is it? It's a Husky Professional. I've had it for a long, long time. It's I don't know how tall it is. You know, it's short. I think it's got 5 drawers. I'm going to donate that to him so he can get it built up the way he wants it, you know, done. So once I transpose or, you know, switch over everything, I'll let his dad come pick up that and, you know, have somebody get into the trades, because I'm telling everybody out there, I'm telling you, if you have kids and they're thinking about going to college and doing all this other stuff, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but not for like some, you know, goofy degree. Definitely don't overlook the trades. And what I would push them for is plumbing, electrical, welding, you know, not even car mechanics anymore because of the flat rate hours. You know, I started out with flat rate and then went to flat rate and salary because I was also a trainer too. But, you know, you can make some good money, but not like you used to back in the day working on cars. So just going to tell people that. Heavy diesel may be different. I don't know. I didn't specialize in heavy diesel trucks or anything like that. So that could be different. But, you know, just a dealership car mechanic is not what it used to be. So, you know, if somebody was asking, hey, should I be a car mechanic now? I don't know. It depends on how you're getting paid. That's kind of what I'll leave it out there for that. Let's see here. Gonna be opening Amazon boxes with my Glocks, I reckon. Yeah. Just shoot them. You gotta shoot them. Do a trade. Industrial electrical is where the money is, yes. Uncle Dan, and he's a master electrician, so he knows. Yeah, I mean, man, you can make stupid money being electricians and tradesmen. More diesel is going to flat rate, which I do as hourly industrial mechanic. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know they were going to flat rate. So when you go to flat rate, and see, that's the thing about flat rate. Back in the day, flat rate was based on, they would have a technician, and I even did it. I even set flat rate hours back in the day. Chrysler would come in, they would say, hey, we need you to do this job. Can you do it? We'll time you, blah, blah, blah. Way, way back in the day. So, and I was a master tech. So they used to actually have a real tech do it, time them, and then that's what they paid other techs. And would I do it as fast as I could? No, because I was trying to help out other techs. But they changed that. They changed it probably, I think it was like 10, 12 years ago. And it just screwed up everything. So it's not like it used to be. So, you know, if you love cars and trucks and things like that and you want to be a technician, you know, some of the independent shops, they do flat rate and hourly, which can be beneficial because if you don't have any business coming in, you're at a dealership, you're sitting there and you could sit there for 5 hours. Now it's not common at a dealership, but you could sit there for 5 hours and not make a penny if there's nothing coming in, which you specialize in. So just be aware of that. Apprentices welding is only for people who will work their ass off. Plumber, electrician is better. Overall, the mechanics, yeah. I have a buddy that owns a welding company. What he does is he goes out to jobs, like he builds metal fencing for ranches. So he has portable units, which is on his flatbed trucks, and he makes a killing. So he's not like at a welding shop. He owns a welding shop where people can bring stuff in, but he does the mobile welding and he makes a killing. He's got like, I think he's got like 20 something trucks now. So there's a way to do it, but you know, yeah, HVA or HVAC is okay. Reefer mechanic is good. Reefer mechanic, yeah. HVAC has always been pretty decent, especially when you work up and you're an owner. Yes, you're exactly right, Dexter. Yeah, if you're a looby dooby, you're just making hourly. But that's, that's what sucks about, being a mechanic, because a lot of people go and they invest thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in tools, and then they go in with a huge note that they owe, either a tool truck or a credit card or whatever. And starting out, you don't make a ton of money until you really get ramped up and get going. So that's where a lot of people kind of, put the cart before the horse. So you just got to be careful. But there are some programs where they'll bring you in and they'll train you and they'll provide you tools, and you do like a 2-year contract. And then after that, the tools and everything are yours. So some of those aren't too bad. Just depending on the manufacturer and imports, you can make a lot of money with imports versus domestics nowadays. But it is very, very specialized. Dish says, I'm looking at things to try and start over, but it's kind of late and over the game for me. No, I completely understand. Um, 08 Body says, I'm investing in them rifles. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with investing in rifles and pistols and things like that, especially if you don't have them. I will say this, don't invest too heavily, because then when you have tons and tons of them, and as you get older, you're like, what the hell am I going to do with all these? There's a point where you have too many. Not trying to be negative, but it's like, holy crap. I'm actually considering even selling off some more. I've sold some in the past, but thinking about getting rid of some more. Um, yeah, not young but not old. I get it. Broken in. The water industry is good. People got to drink, shower, and flush. That's true. Oh, in an unprotected state, yeah. Dexter says 44. I don't know what 44 means. We got 13 on and 8 thumbs up. I figured it'd be a little slow night. It's New Year's Eve. I figured a lot of people will be with their families, and I definitely appreciate everybody that's on here. And they've taken it. Yeah, there's got to be a point where even if you're in a shit state, it's a God given right for you to have to bear arms, so to say. So do what you need to do. Yeah, no, I understand. Dexter, about school. There are programs where you can go in, but you'll go in as an apprentice, and you're going to suffer for a while. So some people aren't in a situation where they can do that. Uncle Dan said, "Is this a new format for live streams?" I don't really have a format, um, but it's a vertical. I'm doing it from my phone live on YouTube, so it's just easier. We're supposed to retreat out of our home. Nah, don't retreat. Do what you got to do, man. Rich says my state is going to shit with the new year. Gun control will be the theme. No stopping them this go around, Virginia. Ugh. Yeah, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me um, what I think about the new suppressor. No tax stamp, the $200 going away after January 1st. And am I going to buy a whole bunch of suppressors and blah blah blah? I've had a bunch of people ask me about that, and I might pick up one or two, maybe more, but that's it. I mean, I have a few now. Um, I will say this: probably January and February are going to be crazy because everybody and their brother is going to be getting them because of the no tax stamp. So just be prepared for the wait. That's going to jack the weight up. Also, a lot of suppressors are going to go. They're going to go out of stock, so be prepared for that. Prices are probably going to rise on them, so be prepared for that. I mean, it's not just oh, hey, everything's fine. There's going to be some backlash, especially for a while. What's up, G23? How are you? Yeah, nobody. Yep. You need to move to a free state, brother. New Jersey. Phew. Yeah, that's a hard pass for me. So appreciate work pays more. I feel what I'm getting now. It's not like I'm 100% stupid what tools are. Yep. Background check. I get holds every time. Yeah, I still have my LTC, so I can get, I can just go in and get what I want. But of course, we're going to have to wait for the suppressors, of course. They're saying, it was like one time it was like 2 or 3 days, but I think this is going to throw it back to 3, 4, 5 months, if not more. Dips, your boy, that's a name there. What's your EDC? I have multiples. This week it has been the Shadow 2 Compact. That's what I've been carrying around this week. But I rotate. I have multiple pistols, but I have about 8 that I rotate through. So, but it is the Shadow 2 Compact this week with the Streamlight and the Holosun EPS carry, or what is it? Yeah, EPS, I believe. Or no, it's the 507 Holosun 507C, but it's not the compact or competition. It's the C version. Uncle Dan says G19 for me. Yeah, I mean I love my 19X. Exactly, Rich. I just won't comply. It's your right and your choice, and you will receive that at birth. At birth. Blanton's. This is actually Buffalo Trace. I have Blanton's, but I'm drinking Buffalo Trace. So definitely love the Buffalo Trace line of whiskey. Bodyguard 2.0, it's just too small for me. I got those big old gorilla hands, and that thing is teensy tiny. I have a picture where it was in my hand, and it was like, it's tiny. I'm not saying I couldn't shoot it, but if I had it in my pocket or my pants, I don't even know if I could grab the grip to get it out of my pants. Rich B says, what rifle is that on the top? On the very top, the orange one is a shotgun. That's a 590 A1 Mossberg with orange Magpul furniture. The one under it is one that I built. That one is a custom. I painted it, spray painted it. It's got a Faxon race barrel in it. It's got the Vortex 1:6 HD. It's got some tricked out furniture on it. It's kind of set up as a race, like a fast shoot. It's got a CMG trigger on it, or what is it? CMG trigger, or CM, whatever the hell it is. Then the third one is a Lantac L30 heavy metal. It's a 308. that has the Vortex AMG HD. Then this one is a 5.56. It's a custom build, and that's a 5.56 upper, but I also have a 300 blackout upper that goes on the same lower. And then this one is a 300 blackout on the bottom. This one is a POF, and it's got the Huey on it. CMC, there you go. Or CMMG, it's the whatever. Dips, the only thing about a comp, and I have many comped guns, if you can shoot them super fast and keep them super flat and get more hits on target, a comp can be beneficial. On a little bitty gun like that, I don't know. I haven't really shot those two because they're so small, but on other guns, even if it's marginal and it keeps your dot in the window at all times, I've got tons of comps, ports, stuff like that on pistols, and I really enjoy them. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people like the 2.0, so yeah, if you want deep concealment, I mean, it's a little bitty guy, that's for sure. Like I said, anything that benefits you as far as speed, accuracy, why not take advantage of it? I mean, it's kind of like back when I was car racing. If you can get every little advantage and cut weight here and cut weight there, you're going to do it to get more speed. Or in golf, if you can adjust a lie a little bit flatter or whatever to get better contact, take advantage of it, work the system. It's kind of the same thing with guns. Uncle Dan says, nope, I don't need a comp. Little pistols are jumpy. Sylvester Phillips with 380 probably going to take more shots. Yeah. Rich B says, so what is your best new gun of 2025? Rich, my best gun, and I've had a lot of people asking me, are you going to do a top 5? Are you going to do a top 5? I just haven't. So obviously the year changes tomorrow, or tonight. Probably my gun of 2025 for me, maybe I've had it longer, I don't remember, honestly, is the CZ Shadow 2 Compact. I mean, it is very, very underestimated. I absolutely love the gun. So that's what I would say is my top find of 2025, even though they came out way before then. I absolutely love the gun. Now, of course, with the magwell and the lock grips, palm swells, just for my hand size, that made it even better for me. So not the carry, not the CZ Shadow carry, the compact, because the dual decockers don't work for me. So Rich V says, boom, I agree, mine as well. Yep, Pranic says Shadow 2 compact. I mean, even for a big-handed guy, I absolutely love that gun. It's just fantastic. Yes, Dexter says, didn't CZ get a military contract for someone? Yeah, I believe it was the Swiss Army, and it's now called the P10 or CZ P13. The only difference is that it's OD green, I believe, or olive drab or something like that. But I think it was for the Swiss military. So yeah, CZ did get that big contract, and it's a ton of guns too, ton of pistols. But I mean, that's the P10 is so underrated. Man, I absolutely love mine. I've got 3 P10s, 2 P10Cs and 1 P10F, and I absolutely love those guns. They are so, underrated. I mean, that's what I'm saying. For, the Glock Gen 6, the P10C already had all that. The optic ready one. Already had all that. Front, rear serrations, heavy grip texture, really nice trigger, way better than the Gen 6 trigger. Nice sights, metal sights, not even freaking plastic sights. So, Also NATO. Yeah, I think that's why they went to the 13 because it was NATO approved, I think. I don't know, Rich. We've got the SHOT Show coming up, so here in January. So I guess we're going to see. That's what I was talking about earlier. Thank you, sir. Happy New Year to you too. You can get it. You can get it milled, Dexter. Just send it to Impact Machine. Hell, you can use my discount code and save you 10%. They mill them all the time, and they do a fabulous job. Road bicycle and carry muzzle loaders. I've been to Switzerland. Everybody there has a freaking gun. Everybody. They're everywhere. People just walk around with them. Matter of fact, I think it's in the Swiss. Someone told me when I was there in Switzerland that it's mandatory that you have to have 50 rounds of ammo in your house and a pistol and a rifle, I think. I mean, they carry guns, so. And what's crazy there, when you buy a rifle, you're pretty much getting a suppressor because there's no weight. You just get the suppressor in your rifle and walk out the door. Everybody gets a suppressor with their rifles there. I mean, they buy it. Of course, it doesn't come with it. But yeah, I think that is the law, Dexter. That's what I was told. Yeah, I mean, they have a bunch of military people there. I love Switzerland. It was cool. It's expensive as shit, but it was a really cool place. Yeah, Dexter, just get it milled. I've had both my P10Cs were the original ones with no optic, and I had them milled, and they're awesome. Rich B says, I started 2025 with 0 CZ pistols. I now have 4. It's all your fault. Well, you can't go wrong with them. Oh, okay, he says, I thank you for it. You can't go wrong with them. I've heard mixed things, but rifle, they have to have them. Yeah, it's probably some hearing deal. But like I said, I was there for 2 weeks. Man, I saw tons of people walking around with guns on them, like little old ladies packing, little old men packing. I'm just like, hell yeah, this is freaking awesome. I've got a picture of me there's 2 pictures, and I'm beside one of the special forces, Swiss special forces guy. What's funny, he's like this tall, but he's holding his rifle, and I was just like, oh, that's really cool. It's this Swiss rifle. I can't remember. It's got that real big handguard. Y'all know it. I posted a picture like a couple years ago, but and we don't have that rifle here. But anyway, it was he had that, and he was carrying a Sig 226. Love CZs. I remember hearing about way back in middle school, it's supposed to be mandatory to serve in the military too. Yep, it does. That's what I was told. Matter of fact, I have even a picture also of, we were on a train and there was a younger military man on there, and we're pictured side by side. My wife took a picture of us, and you'll see me leaning in towards him. I'm taller than him, but I'm leaning to cover his nameplate. In any picture, they can't have their nameplate exposed. So I'm purposely covering his nameplate so we could take the picture. Super nice guy. We talked for probably about 2.5 hours on the train. And he was actually in the Swiss military. Really cool guy. But, and he was asking about Texas and all that stuff. He was super interested of how we have so many guns. He was asking me, he goes, how many guns do you have? And I was like, oh, I have a few. I mean, I'm not, I don't really advertise that. And I didn't say, oh, I have a YouTube channel. Didn't do that either. Just kept it normal. Because some people get weird. So, yeah, they're known for their hot chocolate. Yes, Swiss Miss, or Uncle Dan, you'll remember this. Swiss Miss instant cocoa with the little marshmallows. But yeah, it was crazy because when I flew in there, I can't carry over there. So first thing I did is when I landed, I went to a kitchen shop. That's what they call it, a kitchen shop. They sell pots, pans, and cutting utensils. So I bought 4 paring knives, all orange. They're about this long. They're Virotox I can't remember the name, but they're Swiss made. Vitatox. They make watches and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, they make knives. So I bought paring knives, and I made a holster out of cardboard and tape, and that's what I carried around with me. I carried one on each side the whole time I was there, and other places. I won't say the other places, but I wasn't supposed to carry. But that's what I carried. So Rich B says, "What's the word down there with Jerry? What is he going to do next to screw up the Cowboys?" He's going to do everything he can to screw up the Cowboys. That's it. Vertinox or whatever, yeah. Dexter says every time a war happens in Europe, everyone run around Switzerland. It was partially due to the mountains. Other part was trying to fight. Yeah, and also up in the mountains, they actually have part of the mountains that open, and their jets fly right out of the mountains. It's really cool. We would see it sometimes as we're walking. You just see the mountain. It kind of looked like it all blended in, and then the mountain would open and plane would shoot right out of it. I was like, that's freaking cool. And it would fly around and then go back in and land. Flies right in the freaking mountain. It's pretty badass. Jerry has needed to fire the GM for 25 years, yeah. Yeah. Being your own GM, I was like, what in the hell? Like, aren't we the only team that has that? The Cowboys? It's crazy. But he's too cheap to, well, I don't think he's cheap. Well, he's cheap, but, he doesn't want to lose power. I was going to say, that's why he lost Jimmy Johnson, one of the best coaches out there, because he wouldn't let him run the show. He'd have his fingers and everything. But, yeah, we've got the game on tonight. Really good games tomorrow, so I'll definitely be checking those out. Yeah, you can't, Rich. But he wants to do everything. So, whatever. And then Patrick Mahomes freaking tore his ACL. God dang it. I hate that for him. That sucks. And I'll definitely be pulling for Texas Tech tomorrow. So, they got a bunch of my money, so I might as well pull for them. Let's see here. Uncle Dan says, yeah, it's a power thing for Jerry. It is. He doesn't want to lose power. Yeah, I have a feeling when Jerry passes, man, I don't know what those kids are going to do. They're probably going to mess it up worse, or maybe hire some people that know what the hell they're doing and just step back and go soak up all that money. But yeah, definitely, my 3 main companies I work with is Lock Grips, Impact Machine, and Armsman Holsters. So if y'all need any of those, Lock Grips, Impact Machine milling, custom builds, anything, and Armsman Holsters, light bearing, non-light bearing, outside waistband, inside waistband, you can use my code. It's BJGG10 for all 3, and that'll save you 10% off everything. And on the Armsman Holsters, he's also giving you free shipping. Some of those I don't make a penny on, but I've always asked for codes for y'all in case y'all want to use them. But what is up, MD Polo? Happy New Year, brother. Happy New Year to you and your family. Yeah, Uncle Dan, I think Jerry must be drinking some kind of fountain of youth. That guy's like a 900 years old. Yeah, Rich, hell, there's, God, how many players were lost just this past season? I think it was like 14 or something for ACLs. Of course, I wasn't playing football, but I lost mine too. Yeah, he's a lizard. That's true. That's true. He's got illegitimate grandkid too, or kid. So it's off the record, but you know. But it is 7:54. We're getting close to the year change. 7:54 my time. I don't know where y'all are. I'm central. But I do definitely want to miss or wish all of you and your families a very, very happy new year for 2026. And I'm grateful for all of y'all. Y'all make this happen, but again, I'm going to be locking down on a diet. I want to get the Big J Pit Stop channel going. I want to do a lot more tool content, some firearm content, comparisons, things like that. We'll be having a couple of guns tricked out this year, customized and things like that. I've just got to go through everything, see which ones I want to do, so that'll be set up. I'll be doing that with Impact Machine, I'm sure. And we'll see what we've, see what we can come up with. But Dexter said, I did see your 5.7 Rock video. Yeah, I'm going to be playing with that as well. Getting it kind of locked down and dialed in. The day I went and shot it, that dot was not dialed in. I had moved some dots around, so I didn't really dial that dot in. So I'll be doing that. Matter of fact, I've got another dot coming in for testing, so I might throw it on there because I like the way it's set up. So I might just go with that one. I don't know. I'm going to be playing around with some stuff, but definitely want to get into the tools. Let everybody, kind of give you some opinions on those, just in case you're looking for tools. I have bought a lot of them, and I want to be testing one versus the other, like Snap-on, Mac versus, others, and we'll see what I come up with. So, but yeah, I appreciate y'all so much. We'll go ahead and shut it down at 7:56. Let y'all get back to your families and football and all that good stuff. Rich B says, in your opinion, what distance do you... That's all it says. Oh, dial in your dots. On my dots, I do 15 yards. So I think it's a happy medium between close and 25. So I choose 15. Some people only do 25, but I do 15 and then set up for over or under, at 25. But I do 15 yards. I think that's a very good middle of the road. Plus, I can really, see really good at 15 yards. Sometimes at 25 yards, I can see, but not as good. My eyes aren't what they used to be. So that's just my choice. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I pretty much do 15 yards. Nicola said, looking forward to learning about tools. I normally hire people when tools are needed. Yeah, no, I've got, plenty of mechanical experience. So, I definitely want to get some tools set back up. I sold a ton of them off back in the day when I quit turning wrenches. And, I enjoy playing with them. Not saying I'm working on cars every day, but, it's good to have and stuff like that. And of course, when I'm older, I'll pass all the tools down, all the toolboxes. So, just kind of want to load up for my grandkids. And if I have a grandson or if the granddaughter wants them, they can have them. So that way they'll have some good, nice, shiny stuff. Let's see. MD Polo says, I need to chat with you about prescription glasses for shooting. Getting old here. Yeah, no. Give me a holler. I have astigmatisms, dual astigmatisms. So when you see me shooting with those sunglasses, those are Oakleys, but those are prescription lenses for my astigmatism. So people are like, why are you shooting with sunglasses on? They're actually made by, I had them, they're Oakley glasses, but my optometrist sent them out to Oakley, and it has my astigmatism prescription in them. So that's just what I chose. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go either this week or next week just for an eye exam, just to make sure everything's good to go. I know it's changed. And MD Polo, they really work. They do help a lot. I don't get the blooming as much without them. But again, I don't wear those all the time. So if something were to happen, but what I do is where the bloom is, I get the hot spot. I call it the hot spot of the balloon, and that is my dot. So I set everything up that way, and it works for me. And I just press through, and seems to work for me. Am I a hole-in-hole shooter? No, but I don't care. I'd rather open you up like a cheese grater. That's the way I look at it. That way somebody can't just plug you. You know, they're going to have corks for your whole face. Uncle Dane, you're not old. Right eye dominant, and my right eye is getting blurry. Yeah. No, I hear you, MD Polo. Yeah. But yeah, you got my cell phone number. Give me a holler. We can catch up. So I'll be out of pocket. I'm kind of helping my wife. Again, she had sinus surgery, so kind of getting her squared away. She just had it Monday. And man, I'm glad I have a prescription and everything else for her, because somebody, if they saw her, they'd be like, what did you do to her? So, but she's doing good. This guy says Oakley prescription lenses are not cheap. There's a reason I don't have them. Yeah, I did it, you know, one time, and I was like, whew, I don't know if I'll do it again. It is expensive, but man, they're great. I mean, they work really, really well. So, you know, it's kind of a buy once, cry once, but on my next pair, I probably will not get Oakley. Because, yeah, they're not cheap. But again, at the end of the day, it's my eyes, you know, so that's kind of the way I looked at it. What's up, Navy Vet? How are you? Yeah, we're fixing to shut it down, Navy Vet. But again, I want to tell everyone, you know, happy New Year. You know, I appreciate all y'all. I'm very grateful for all y'all. Y'all make this happen, and I enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to 2026. I will be doing some chats out in the garage with the tools so we can open up stuff, play with stuff, show you what I like, what I don't like, and we can just do some live chats about tools and knives and flashlights and whatever else y'all want. Just can't show the pew-pews, but I will have some pew-pews out there fairly close by or inside that y'all could see, you know, kind of like I have here. So, but yeah, we'll get it cranking. But you know, I wish y'all a very happy New Year. Again, like we're saying, please reach out to people if you haven't talked to them, haven't reached out to them in a while. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Just say hi, y'all doing okay, blah, blah, blah. Because people need to hear that even going forward. So, you know, and if y'all need anything, please leave comments below. I'll be glad to answer anything I can help with. But look forward to a great 2026, everyone. Scott says, wait, you're not going to stream till midnight? No, I'm not streaming till midnight. I'm going to go watch some football. So, but I appreciate y'all as always. Remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation. So we all got to carry on. Thanks, everyone. Y'all take care.